の事件の解決を目指していきましょう。殺人課初めての、配属されて初めての事件なので、どういう事件になるのか楽しみですね。あらららら、満月の夜に女性を殴打して殺してしまうのか。
Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the homicide squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking over.
相方がこのおじさんか。
Your first case is the murder of a woman found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
昨夜殺された女性の事件なんだね。相棒がおじさんか。
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Yoし、そこまで行こうか。車もちょっと変わったな。ナス車かな、わかんねえな。まあいいや。車は正直全然詳しくないからわからんわ。よし。
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps.
Yeah,
I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
そうだな。
What did he mean by the
しっかり
werewolf?
学ばせてもらおう。
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
ごめん。
I get the point.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't.
何か重大な事
90% of
件を
murders are
別で追
domestic,
ってるの
Phelps.
か。
Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's going to happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
なかなか戦争が終わってすぐの時代ということで、難しい時代だね。犯罪もまたいろいろと変わってるみたいだね。お、警察車両がいるな。
Crime scene is just up the dirt road, detective.
公園のようなところだね。
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero.
defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
あんな新聞記者の相手もしなきゃならないのか。難しい仕事だな、警官は。足跡がたくさん。あらららららら、無残だ。ひでえな。
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
そうだな。
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
サイズ8。
Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Cause of death?
It could be the head injuries.
頭部の損傷。足で踏みつけられた。
Cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure in an hour.
ひどいな。
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
鈍器損傷。
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
鈍器で複数回殴打されてクソくらい PD。
Interesting.
恨みを買われてたのか、なんだろうな。
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken
指輪を取
post-mortem.
られている。金目のものを目的とした犯罪の線もまあ、捨てきれないね。こちらの手は特に何もないか。
What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD. Black Dahlia?
ブラックダリア。
X. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killers trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
And the
口紅で書
temperature,
かれ
I'd
てい
say
るの
after
か。
midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
The
この
victim's
バッグ
bag?
の中は口紅だね。
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
別の口紅なのか、これは。となると、犯行に使った口紅はどこかにある。もしくは誰かが持っている。持ってるやつが犯人なのか。まだわからないな。地球儀。
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
回していけば完成するよっと。こっちか。よし。よし。お、なんだ。バンバクラブ。ダウンタウンノースプリングストリート。
The Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
ライター。関係があるのかな。バンバクラブ。
Can we get to the Bomba? A man could die of thirst in a case like this.
そうだな。こんな事件は飲まなきゃやってられないね。
I
タ
doubt
バ
it.
コ。これは関係ないか。なんだ。
Not much help.
マッチか。
Find anything interesting?
相棒はどこ行ったんだ。殺人事件の被害者。まだ身元が不明か。容疑者もまだよくわかってないと。手がかりがサイズ8の靴。文字。鈍器による外傷。行方不明のアクセサリー。口紅。バンバクラブのライター。そうだな。バンバクラブしか今のところ手がかりがないな。行ってみるしかないか。なんだ、お前もう乗ってんのか。運転しろ。
You're behind the wheel.
The werewolf? For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. They've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicked.
ブラックダリアという、凶悪犯がいるんだね。
I just started working it today.
Okay, hotshot. What's more likely? Werewolf comes back around.
レアウルフという犯罪者もいたのかな。
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures who'll rip off the ammo and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
ウェアウルフという、犯罪者が過去にいて、そいつはまだ捕まってないが、犯罪はパタリと止まっているという状況なのか。そいつとかの、模倣犯じゃないかという線で今推理をしているのかな。バンバクラブ。昼間でもお客さんがたくさんいそうだね。
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, L.A.P.D. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barmaid. I work for
臨時のバーテン。
I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
セリーヌ・ヘンリー。
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights.
オーナーのマッコールとは面識があったのか。
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
オーナーと話をしてみようか。他には何も手がかりはなさそうだもんね、この店は。ハイビスカスをつけていると言ってたな。あなたか。
Detective Phelps, L.A.P.D. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
She attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
それで
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes, at around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
男と一緒にこの店を出たと。
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
こいつはまあ犯人が乗っていた車ということだね。指輪について聞いてる。
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring. On the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before.
ずっとつけていたのか。それで
Was it valuable? Could it be motive for her murder?
Who could say these days? I think it had more sentimental than monetary value.
ああ、くそ、ここ失敗か。こいつはあんまり、
You know the husband?
信頼してたんだかな。
He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in
夫
my
は
opinion.
ないと。まあ信用しよ
Was
う
he
か。
ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap.
叩かれたよなとかあっ
They don't live together anymore, so
た。ああ、
It might not have
別居
been
中なのか。
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help.
むずい
One more
な。
thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
セリーヌ・ヘンリーの家を捜索しよ
What treats me nice?
う。まあまあまあ、質問すべて答えられなくても、
What time do you get off
まあ
waiting
事件の
table?
解決へは向かっていけるから、落ち着いていこう。
Let's get
Refill
out
my
of here.
coffee next time, honey.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
電話を借りたいんだが。
Operator, give me dispatch.
車の持ち主を教えてもらおうかな。
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks, ma'am.
よし。調べて無線で教えてもらおう。さあ、じゃあとりあえずヘンリーの家に行こうか。何者だったんだろうな、一緒にいた男は。
Can you drive to this one?
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job of a healthy thirst
ろ
offender.
くでもない相棒
We
みたい
owe
だ
it to
な、
this
今
city
回
to do the
は。
best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
最初の事件だというのに仲が悪いな。ここが被害者のお家か。うん。夫がいるのかな。どうなんだろう。別居中って言ってたけど。やはりまあ一人暮らしか。誰もいないみたいだな。あらあらあらあら。すでに誰かが押し入ってたのか。
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
事件と関係のあるやつが入ったんだろうか。どうだろう。よし、一旦ちょっと精神科医のお話に入ろうかな。
You said I had to go back, Doctor. The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty.
精神障害のある人を使って犯罪を企ててるのかな、このお医者さんは。
You said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with it.
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
断片的すぎるな。これだけではわからんな。なんだ？靴だな。
Size 9s, above average for a
女性にして
lady.
は大きい。現場にあったの靴は8だったもんな、サイズが。これは関係ないな。割られる。外側から割られてるな。
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
まあ、そらそうだな。荒らされてるな。洗剤は関係ないな。
No.
なんだ？酔いが覚めたら。俺はハントリードライブ。夫か。
Selene and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on.
そうだ
One of my
な。
exes
事
drank
件
like
のこと
this,
は
you
何
could
かを
feel
知
on
っ
the
てたかも
back
し
of
れ
my
ないな。
hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty. Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
指輪だな、これは。
Tiffany.
ティファ
The
ニ
stuff
ー。
is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
はあ、これが被害者がつけてた指輪だったのかな。飛行機乗りだという話だったな。
Regular Amelia Earhart in her day.
目立つ指輪をつけてる。これは確かに、まあ、取ろうと思うよね。あんなでかい指輪だと。ブラシは関係ない。何もないか。ここは、まあ、特に何もヒントになるようなものはないか。
Doesn't tell me anything.
飛行機に乗るときにつけてたメガネかな。よし、じゃあ近所の人に聞き取り調査に行ってこようかな。この辺りも特に何もないと思うし。ないね。よし。夫のアパートに行くか。そうだね。そうか。不法侵入だったから、この不法侵入自体を見た人がいないかどうかをちょっと聞いてくる必要があるんだな。庭には何も手がかりはなさそうだし。どうだろう。人はどこかにいるのかな。留守か。まあ、ガラスが破られてるぐらいだから、まあ、誰か目撃者がいてもおかしくないんだが、あの人知ってそうだな。
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan.
ジェニファー・ホーガン。
I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together.
彼女と仲良か
What's
った
going
ん
on,
だね。
officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered?
残念ながら
Oh my
ね。
God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
悲しいだろうね。夫婦間の問題。隣人のホーガンは被害者が夫と争った後に目の周りにあざを作っていたと証言。夫が犯人という線が、捨てきれないのか。ただクラブのなんだオーナーは
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
そうだな。とりあえず行ってみないことには。よし。運転してくれ。
You know the way. You can drive.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. We'll keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
まあ、当初は連続殺人犯の犯行の可能性もあったんだけど、その線を捨てきれずにいたけど、おそらく、そいつらは関係がなく、全く別の犯罪なんだろうね。突入するんだ。犯人かもしれないから。
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
お前か。
L.A.P.D. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh,
for
my God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry. We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
そうだな。まずはちょっと
I'm sorry.
証拠がないか見てこようか。ここにサイズ8の靴があればもう犯人として決定的なんだが、あらあらあらあらあらあら、こんな使い方もできるのか。あらあらあら、何か文字が浮かび上がってくるぞ。
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
殺害予告のメモあれ、これでもう決定的なのか。ジェイコブ・ヘンリーが妻のセリーヌに書いていたメモの筆跡。夫がムカつく妻を殺した。ただそれだけの事件なのか。なんだ、バット。これはまあ違うか。回想のあの映像ではバールのようなもので殴っていたからね。なんだ、スーツケースに荷物をまとめてるな。11。靴のサイズは違うか。他は特に何もないもんな。こいつは犯人じゃなさそうな気がするが、殺害予告のメモ。誰かに依頼して殺させたとかそういうことなのかな。わからんな。
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
You know that she drinks, Jacob. Drunks have regular haunts, places they feel relaxed.
Celine did most of her drinking at home. She didn't have many friends left. Not many alcoholics do. Not real friends, anyway.
嘘つくなよ。
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
And how are we meant to believe that, Jacob? It isn't looking good for you.
That nosy bitch from next door, Janie Horgan. She'll tell you I left. And what time.
そうだね。それはジェニー・ホーガンに確かに言ってた。あれ、外れてる。むずい。難しいな。殺害の動機。
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I
妻
never
にはずっと未練があった。
gave up on my wife.
予告のメモでいこうか。
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
そうだそうだ。
You want to back that up with something, big mouth? Huh?
あるぞ、メモがな。
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
アルコール依存症っぽかったもんね、妻は。そうか、それで病院に入れようとしてたのか。という主張だね。真実はまだわからん。
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
You called the bar to give yourself an alibi. Then you went after her, beat her, and dumped her in a park. I think you are a sack of shit,
押し
Jacob.
間違えてしまったな。
You're not going to pin Celine's death on me. I'll take a lie detector test to prove it.
押し間違えちゃったな。追求をやめる。
You don't ask, you never find out.
疑おう。
So you were here, tucked up in bed, while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night, and I answered the phone.
なるほど。
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
やめろやめろ。
You're awful hot under the collar for an innocent man, Mr. Henry.
うら。
What's this?
うら。よーし。
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
難しい事件だ
Cole
な。
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
伝言だね。
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head
金
from
属製
a
の
blunt
鈍器
metal
で
instrument.
殴打。
Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The Tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Oh.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown
Alonzo
1936
Mendez.
Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez.
こいつがまあ実行犯だろう
South Fremont
ね。
Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
この後またこの夫を取り調べるフェーズがあるみたいだね。よし。まあ、今のところ、まあ、シンプルに考えると、あの旦那さんが、今から行くメンデスに依頼をして、妻を殺させたということかな。
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
.ここか。まあ、例のごとく、メンデス16番。
Apartment 16.
大きいアパートだね。16ってことは1個上の階かな。4階だね。
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
まあ、手がかりとしては靴の大きさという、まあ、ところかな、焦点は。きっとメンデスの靴は8号。ちょっと小さめのサイズなんだろうな。この突き当たりか。OK。いらっしゃらないかな。一人暮らしかな。関係ないな。綺麗なキッチンやな。
Doesn't look like anything.
寝室だ。おっと、靴だ。小さいんじゃないか？
Gotta get these to Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
泥もついてるしな。この靴で犯行現場に行って殺したと。銃もあるな。
I don't think so.
これはまあ関係ないか。おー、まさしく。
Carruthers could match the color and brand of the body.
落書きをしたのはこの口紅だな。それからこれで女性を殴打したと。
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
ソケットレンチ。
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
まあこれで確実だな。メンデスが犯行に及んだということは。
Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
いらっしゃったか。
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
どこ行った？
Mendez, stop right there!
メンデス君小柄だね、だいぶ。靴も小さいね、やっぱり。
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
待て待て。よし。みんなこの鉄パイプを器用に使っておるよな。ロサンゼルスの一般常識なのかな。あー、まずいまずい。運転任せた。くそ、お前が運転しろよ。メンデスを捕まえなければならん。あーっと。おー、ごめんごめん。
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
俺がスピンしてしまうわ。ちょっとうまいな、あいつ運転。
You gotta get me closer. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
この車スピードが出ないな。全然追い越せない。早く仕留めてくれよ。よしよしよしよしよし。
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Show me your hands!
よし。こいつが殺したということは確実だな。
I ain't seeing a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads.
あれ、もう終わりかな、これは。
That's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator.
ありがとうございます。
It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian.
おー、新たな正義の守護神。いいじゃないですか。
I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
ありがとうございます。俺にはないんかい。嫌な野郎や。嫌な上司だ、本当に。発見した手がかりは19個中18個。正解した質問は7分の2。容疑者は確保はしたが、ジェイコブは中央警察署の拘置所で判決を待っている。順序的にはまず、ジェイコブの取り調べをしなきゃいけなかったのかな。ただまあ、いいでしょう。もう、奴が、ね、メンデスに依頼して殺させたというのはほぼ確実ですし、まあ無事解決ということにしましょう。はい。じゃあ今日はこの辺で、はい、終わります。また次回も引き続き殺人課の事件を、解決していきたいと思います。はい。